Hi there, and welcome to the August 2020 real estate market update by Weichert Realtors Unlimited. I'm our managing broker, Aaron Kraft, and let's get into it. So the market continues to be very interesting. It does actually appear to be starting to level off a little bit after it has bottomed out on a seller's market. As you see from just a few weeks ago here, it was around a 2, which is significantly low as a seller's market on the market absorption rate, and it has over the last few weeks continued to drop down over all of these counties in the area. And these are true of other counties in the area as well. But just for the space on the screen, I put 4 of our bigger counties here. And you'll see that basically all of them have leveled off in the last week. But that is after following about 8 weeks of continuing to drop. So what does this mean? It means it's a strong seller's market pretty much throughout the entire region, meaning that the sellers have more leverage than buyers do. And it's actually true of almost all price ranges as well. Certainly the number does rise the higher the price range, but it is still pretty much a seller's market throughout the entire region. So in Buncombe County, you're at a 1.69. Again, that's a very strong seller's market. Homes are selling. Homes are selling in the area. 416 homes in the last 30 days have been sold in Buncombe County. That's actually closed, not under contract, but actually closed in the last 30 days. 416. The average close price is $386,354. Median close price is at $330,000. And I look back at the same time period, the exact same 30 days from 2019, and the median close price then was $315,000. So that kind of shows you the rise in prices over the region over a year ago. Our median our median days on market is only 19 days right now. That's the actual median days on market. So that's what we should be expecting for most of our area. Of course, that's all price ranges. So if you're in the lower price range, the number drops significantly from even there. We are seeing things go under contract in just a couple of days, sometimes hours. So you should be prepared for that if you're a seller, and frankly, if you're a buyer as well. All right, the median sold price to list price ratio, very important stat to look at if you're the seller and if you're the buyer. Right now it's at 99%, which means that virtually everything you're asking for is what you're going to be getting as a seller. It doesn't mean you can go crazy. You still got to be reasonable on what actually the home is worth. But if we're pricing correctly, we should expect about 99% of that to come back to us from an offer. So here's our conclusion. Here's my conclusion. It's a seller's market. If you're thinking about selling, it's the best seller's market we've had in decades. But I want sellers to be aware, beware. All right. There are some dangers. And so I've got 3 tips I wanted to point out to our sellers. A phrase I like to use in investing and in helping buyers and sellers is pigs get fed, but hogs get slaughtered. All right, what that means is it's okay to be hungry. It's okay to ask a little bit more, stay firm on your price, try to get as much as you possibly can, but be reasonable. Because if you're not reasonable, you're going to get slaughtered. All right, things that homes stay on the market or sellers being too rigid about not making one small repair or something like that. Let's not be a hog about it here, because if you are, you're going to get slaughtered from the market, even in a good market like this. So pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered. Be careful. Be happy with what you get, and move forward. All right. Number 2, homes still need to appraise for loans. We can't just guess at prices. Prices are rising. The interest is really there from the buyers, but you can't just start guessing at prices. We have to price based on what is reasonable and what the market is bearing for the property. All right. And if there are loans, if there's a loan on your property, from the buyer, then it's going to have to appraise for the purchase price. All right. So again, just be smart about pricing. We can push the market, but we got to be reasonable. All right. Number 3, beware of the bait and switch. We're seeing this happen a little bit. Buyers are coming in with a really high offer, over asking price. and then almost immediately after going under contract are asking for price reductions and changes to the contract. And so I'm thinking that some agents and some buyers are doing this on purpose, just trying to get it off the market so they can control what's happening. So beware of that bait and switch. If it sounds too good to be true, it just might be. So watch for that. Be careful. Okay. Buyers still have great opportunity as well. Guys, the interest rates are crazy low. Even though we've just talked about all these great things on the seller side, it's still a good time for the buyers as well. All right, so here's 3 tips though as a buyer, 3 things you should be doing right now. Number 1, make sure you're pre-approved or have your proof of funds statement ready to go. You need to talk with the lender, make sure what kind of loan you're going to get, what kind of down payment you need, make sure everything's pre-approved and ready to go, because as a listing agent, I'm going to be asking buyers agents and buyers for that information, and if they don't have it, I'm going to be really hesitant to advise my seller to go under contract with that buyer. So make sure you got all of that ready to go. Number 2, get a personal letter. Tell people about yourself. Buying a home is an emotional decision. It's emotional to sell. It's emotional to buy, right? So make sure you kind of dig into some of that emotion. Tell people who you are, what you're doing. This is your first home. This is our retirement home, whatever it might be. But make them feel that personal connection to you. All right, so get a personal letter, get it ready to give to the seller. Number 3, select the right agent that's ready to pounce. As listing agents with Weichert, we are sometimes running into buyers that are calling us desperately to get into a house because they know it's going to go under contract in a matter of days, and their buyer agent is nowhere to be found or is on vacation or just can't get to them right now. That happens to us too. We go on vacation too, but we try to make sure we have somebody covering for us. And so make sure you're selecting the right agent that can be ready to pounce on those deals for you, both watching out for them and then also getting out there to show the homes once you see something you do like. All right. So we'd love to work with you guys as sellers and as buyers. If you have any questions on the market, feel free to call, text, email me personally. I'd be happy to explain more of what we're seeing out there. It's very interesting. It is a seller's market, but yet it's still a good time to buy. So give us a call. We'll be happy to help. Thanks for listening.